curiosity takes on caution of CRT. I think that might be haunted. Well, watching you step down next. No trees. There's no thought of nowhere to go. Oh, okay, we're insomniac. What the hell is that?
Residents of Eastridge County were left baffled today at the news of a supposed break-in that happened in the early hours of the morning. The break-in occurred at the local Halloween retail store, Grimzo's, with the culprit of this break-in having stolen one thing, and one thing only.
Yeah, so I got to the store early this morning and I see, of course, the door is smashed to a lot of pieces. Obviously, I checked inside and all the shelves are everywhere. Everything's smashed up pretty good. Buddy's still there though, so I guess that's good. The only thing that seemed to be missing was a costume for the wall. Don't know who takes just a costume.
This bizarre set of events has left many residents baffled as to what the intentions behind this strange robbery were. No security footage could be collected to reveal the identity of the culprit, leading many to speculate who this mysterious costume thief really is. Were they under the influence? A young teenager desperate to have a costume for an upcoming party? Did this robbery even happen? As of right now, it's anyone's guess.
Oh, if you ask me, this whole story is just a bunch of malarkey. Some kids break in some Halloween shop for a costume. Yeah, no, not even stealing money. If kids break in there, they're stealing at least some money. It's just another trumped up story for a small newspaper in an uneventful town, when the newspaper company's probably running broke in a few months. I wouldn't trust a single bit of it. Pretty much nothing from that newspaper can be trusted anyway. Oh, to think, they said our small town representative was corrupt. Now,
whether you believe this ridiculous story or not, one thing is certain. Do not trust anyone you see wearing this costume on Halloween night.
Trust me, I won't. And I don't live in Eastridge anymore.
Eastridge County has been left in a state of panic and disarray this Halloween night after the disappearances of 6 young children in the area. The disappearances began at 6 o'clock sharp, with reports telling me that they continued through the night until finally coming to a stop exactly 1 hour later.
It all just happened so fast, you know. One minute we're having a regular Halloween night, everyone's trick-or-treating like normal, and next thing you know, here comes a mother around the corner who's looking for her kid. So we're all trying to help her out, you know, we're looking up and down the streets for where this kid went. We don't think anything of it. And then another mother comes over and she has the same problem. And then another and another, and next thing you know, everyone starts to panic, the police are getting involved. Nobody knows what's going on, nobody knows where these kids went, and nobody knows who did it.
The names of the missing children are as follows: Jason McDonald, John Thompson, Ashley Wright, William Lewis, Norman Harris, and Sam Wilson. Police have spent the better part of the night searching for both these children, as well as the culprit behind this heinous crime. While no one in the local area has been suspected yet, an eyewitness report described the culprit as wearing an orange, striped costume with horns, a tail, and a black mask depicting bright yellow eyes and teeth. It's advised that all residents of Eastridge County avoid anyone seen outside who fits this description. As well as this, an officer on duty tonight had this to say regarding the matter.
Well, hold on for a minute. Why am I listening to this in the dark? Hold on. I'm gonna turn the lights on. What the freak was I listening to this in the dark? Jeez.
It breaks my heart to hear the horrible tragedy which has come over our town tonight. I promise, not only as an officer on duty, but as a father myself, that these children will be found and the culprit behind these horrible kidnappings will be brought to justice.
Whoa.
As police continue to investigate, Several mandates have been put forward in order to ensure the safety of Eastridge County residents. It is requested that all residents stay indoors, keep all doors and windows locked, and it is heavily advised to not trust anyone you see wearing this costume.
October 6, 1986. These photos were taken by a security camera located in the Gizmo's rent retail store at exactly 6 a.m. Lights appear to turn on by themselves. No other disturbances are apparent. Store. Items appear to be thrown around and damaged. First contact. Can you turn the music off? As well as the description of an eyewitness. This is what this thing actually looks like? How can you mistake this as some dude in a costume? No, this is a literal definition of a demon. No. Entity known as the Eastridge. I don't want that Eastridge County anymore. Even if it wasn't this guy's fault. Even if it wasn't that guy's fault, which is why I do not want the Eastridge.
After multiple years of extensive mental and physical therapy, Officer Kruger, a surviving victim of the demon, was finally able to inform detectives of the events that transpired on the night he came face to face with this dangerous creature. With the information he provided, we now have a better understanding of the capabilities of this threat and how our personnel can combat it.
And now I realize it's not a human. That's a demon.
Firstly, the creature appears to be capable of causing both visual and auditory hallucinations to those that are within close proximity to it. This makes it incredibly difficult to locate and contain the creature. As a precaution against this, all ECPD personnel must operate alongside a fellow officer at all times. If you are alone at any point, attempt to locate your nearest fellow officer as quickly as possible. Do not let the demon fool you. Grab a hold of the nearest objects you can to discern your surroundings. If you see or hear someone you know nearby, it is not them. Once you have located a fellow officer, vacate the area until the effects of these hallucinations begin to fade away. Secondly, physical contact with a demon is incredibly dangerous. Following his encounter with this creature, Officer Kruger had developed severe physical abnormalities which are still being treated to this day.
Look, hold on. If a demon is able to head on to Earth, can't we just pray to God and beg him to help us? I mean, if a demon can make it to Earth, God can too. And of course he can help us. Duh. So yeah, why don't we also have God's help in this? I'd also advise getting a rosary, a cross, it don't matter what kind. It don't matter if it's made of wood or glass. Some holy water and some salt. A lot of salt and a lot of holy water. You're gonna need it.
The most significant of these abnormalities include discoloration of the skin.
Discolored skin. of bones and flesh. What? Keep going where they should. Bleeding from every organ.
It is imperative that all ECPD personnel attempt to keep a level of distance from the demon at all times. Do not attempt to approach it unless it is absolutely necessary or it has been terminated. In the event that physical contact is made, approach a fellow officer as soon as possible and seek help. Finally, it is important that all ECPD personnel remember that the Eastridge demon is incredibly intelligent and is aware that it is being hunted. It will attempt to mislead you and will look for moments where you are most vulnerable. This creature should be treated as if it were human. Do not let it use its tricks against you. Do not let it touch you. Do not attempt to communicate with it. And above all else, do not trust anyone you encounter wearing this costume.
I won't. Beware the smiling snatcher. Or do the world a favor and move. Leave this place. Do what I did. Just move. Is this what this thing actually does? It legit drags you down the heck? Oh no. I'm glad I moved that eastward. No, Lana, you don't get anything like this. My god. Emergency alert system. Yeah. Rules of the season, presented by the Lankman Foundation. You see, this dude, Lankman, was the reason why I left Eastridge County. I never trusted Lankman and his foundation at all. I never trusted him, his facility, anybody in there. I know a lot of messed up stuff was going on in there, and that's the reason why I left. I can't report to the police, because if I did, that guy has a higher chance of suing me back. That dude has a higher chance of winning that trial. And possibly suing me for wrongfully trying to arrest him. And I don't know, maybe gonna do experiments on me next. So yeah, I left. And I did not regret my decision.
As Halloween night begins to set in, all residents of Eastridge County should be reminded that the Smiling Snatcher is out tonight. This monster is very real and threatens the safety of all Eastridge County residents. But don't worry, so long as these 5 simple rules are followed, you have nothing to worry about. Rule number 1. Remember the curfew. No trick-or-treaters should be outside past 6 o'clock p.m. That is when the Smiling Snatcher comes out to play.
Okay.
Rule number 2. Keep all doors and windows in your house locked.
Trust me, they're always locked. I don't even unlock my windows, because I never felt the reason why.
That way the Smiling Snatcher cannot come inside. Rule number 3. You do not hear the knocking at your doors or windows.
Okay.
Rule number 4. You do not hear the knocking at your doors. Rule number 4. If you see or hear
Okay, I have a hard feeling somebody's about to get kidnapped or killed because I don't hear knocking at my doors or my windows. So, what is this? Who recorded this thing? Because I have a hard feeling you're about to die.
someone you know outside past curfew, that is not them. That is the Smiling Snatcher wearing their skin.
You could have just said they're in disguise.
And finally, the most important rule of all. Rule number 5. Do not trust anyone you see wearing this costume.
Trust me, I won't. I already know something's about to happen. So, kids, look away, kids. Look away. Look away. And all the grown men and women, look away, too. You don't need to see this. Heck, also probably just take off your headphones. Or just take off your headphones. Okay. Halloween. Created by Zachary Design. So this was just something somebody made? Like what, laughs? Okay, let's move on to the next one. Loving Memory. Officer Kruger.
This whole thing is just a bunch of malarkey. A bunch of
Malarkey?
kids going into some Halloween store.
Are
to
you
steal a
reading the
costume.
news, sir?
Yeah, no. If you ask me, this whole thing is just some trumped up news story for some small town.
Alright, cut, come on. Do you think anyone's gonna believe this? We're trying to make a news story here, man. Come on. What do you mean we're running out of time? Fine, we'll use one of the older cuts.
Dreams of an Insomniac. Loving Memory. Oh, dang. Loving Memory of Kenneth Cooper, 1986-1987. Everyone.
A feeling of sorrow has hung over Eastridge County this Halloween night after the unfortunate passing of the late Kenneth Kruger. Kruger was a dedicated and passionate officer who always put the people of Eastridge County before himself. He was not only a respected officer, but also a beloved member of our community and a caring father. Kruger's passing occurred late into the night, with officers discovering his body after they had received reports of his son, Klaus, being heard screaming from inside their home. After arriving at the scene of the crime, they found his body hanging inside his son's closet. As well as his body, officers on the scene found this note left on his son's bed.
I can't make out what that says, and
the disappearances that occurred last year affected Kruger more than any other officer on the case. He was very close to many of the families involved, giving him a sense of responsibility for solving the case. This quickly led to rage, sorrow, and regret, which eventually became too much for him to bear.
So, because you were getting angry, sad, and just regret that you couldn't solve this case, you couldn't take it anymore, and you decided to put yourself out of that misery, dude.
Nobody was there to listen to Kruger in his time of need, but now we will make sure that his story is told. If you or anyone else you know are suffering from any mental health issues, don't hesitate to call this number and seek help.
Before I even people, if you are in the same position as Officer Kruger, please don't take that number, because that's just fake. That's just a fake number, let's be honest. Actually seek help from someone else. Seek help from a professional. One that actually gives you a real phone number. Please don't take it like Mr. Kruger. Don't end it. It doesn't make things better. It can make things worse. It can make things worse, really, for yourself and for almost everyone else. I mean, I know you're going to a better place, but still, it kind of makes things worse because you didn't realize that you just put yourself You just removed yourself from this world for no reason. Yourself in this world for nothing, just because you couldn't take what was going on anymore. What's going on anymore? I mean, yeah, you might think they're gone and you're just going to join them, but what if they aren't and they're still there? You won't be able to see them again. And besides, people in this planet still need you. Just because you had to deal with, just because you dealt with something. Just because you dealt with something doesn't mean that you need to. Just because you dealt with something bad and you held that regret with you for almost forever, it doesn't mean you need to, for real, end it. That's not going to make that pain go away. The only way to make the pain go away is to tell somebody about it, to seek help. Putting your taking yourself away from that situation is not going to help you. You gotta face it head on, and also with support. Let's be honest.
Are suffering from any mental health issues, don't hesitate to call this number and
Please hesitate to call this number. It's not even giving you real information.
seek help.
Yeah, you're not gonna be reading this. Nope. Oh,
Help.
Kenneth Kruger,
Please help me.
1956 to 1996.
I just want to die. Why won't you let me die?
Because I still have use for you yet.
Lankman! My dude isn't gonna let this guy die? Why are you letting... Dude, why are you letting him suffer like that? My dude is in pain. And I mean too much pain. Not the type of pain that affects your mental health. I mean physically. My dude, judging from how we had to find out what the smiling snatcher does, my dude is in pain. Judging from what that guy does, he is in pain. Put him out of his misery. Dang. Look, I know I said stuff about the seek help because you're going to have to. I know I said stuff about the seek help thing because you would have to seek real help. But in this case, I don't think help can help you. And the only way to think that you need a doctor? Or you need a doctor, let's be honest. So yeah, but in this case, this guy is basically begging to be put down right now. Now, if someone ever told me to put them down, I'll be like, I don't want to do that. You still got a life to live. But in this case, my dude's begging. He is begging to be put down right now. So I'm gonna have to. Sorry. Well, let's move on to family photo album. The viewing of this tape is meant only for the eyes of Forward Eyes Foundation personnel. Unsolicited viewings may lead to termination. Well, I'm watching it anyway, Lankman. So, Dreams of an Insomniac. Family photo album. On the night of January 6, 1987, the ECPD has received a phone call from a distressed man reporting that something was trying to break into his home. Upon the dispatcher's arrival, he, as well as anyone else who may have been living in the house, were reported missing. The only evidence that could be found at the scene of the crime were a photo album, as well as a cam recorder, which seemingly contains footage of the events which transpired on that night. Family photo. No. Upon opening the photo album, detectives were baffled to find that all the photos within were horribly distorted. This made it incredibly difficult to identify the people depicted. January 6, 1987. Search number 6. First night out. When detectives questioned neighboring residents about the identity of the family in the photos, none were able to provide any useful information. One resident went as far as to say that no family has ever lived in that house. It was like, what? Uh, it was like they never existed.
Sammy? Sammy, is that you? I'm right here, Sammy. You're gonna have to help me though, honey. I can't find you.
That's not your Sammy. No, run, just run. Run, please run. Goodbye. While the culprit behind these disappearances remains a mystery. Several photos in the album, as well as the 911 call, made that night suggest that they may not be human. Run. Oh my god. Judging for the fact that his child disappeared, he was like right in front of him.
Someone knows something. Trying to get in my house. I don't know what it was. No, I didn't get look at it. I'm telling you, it's the demon. It took him, and now it's going to take me.
Oh no.
Why you keep using his face? Why are you doing this to me?
No, you do have a lot of things left, dude. Don't listen to anything this guy is saying. Don't listen to anything this guy is saying. He's lying. Don't. He's lying. Rest in peace, that man, his family. Rest in peace, almost everybody in this story right now, because almost everyone's dead.
Hey, Chief. I think I found something.
I love you. The only clear photo of the perpetrator. Someone in a costume. Family photo album. Well, if this just taught me something, it taught me that I'm never, ever moving back to Eastridge. Nope, I'm just going to I'm actually going to move further away to a different country in that matter. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a lot better in the UK. Yeah.